turning to Gaza, the Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs warned that humanitarian operations are still heavily restricted by hostilities, insecurity, and mass evacuation orders affecting aid transport routes and facilities. Despite these challenges, we and our partners continue to work. And I also want to flag that just yesterday, yesterday evening, a clearly marked UN humanitarian vehicle, part of a convoy that had been fully coordinated with the IDF, was struck 10 times by IDF gunfire, including with bullets targeting front windows. The 2 staff members in the vehicle were thankfully unharmed. But this shows you, I think, we had a senior colleague talk to you about the need for armored cars, and this is clearly one where it saved the lives of our 2 colleagues. This is the latest incident to underscore that systems in place for coordination are not working, and we continue to work with the IDF to ensure that incidents like that do not happen again. We reiterate that parties must respect international humanitarian law at all times. That means that civilians must be protected and their essential needs, including food, water, shelter, and health, must be met wherever they may be in Gaza. This applies to those under evacuation orders, regardless whether they move or not, and those who leave must have enough time to do so, as well as safe routes and safe places to go. Gabriel.
Thank you, Steph. On the shooting of the UN vehicle, where did that take place?
It took place in Gaza. I don't have the exact location with me, but I will try to get that for you.
And I guess the UN is in contact with the Israeli authorities about this incident, and what are they exactly saying about it?
We're not really getting any answers. We're in contact with them all the time. That's what coordination means, and clearly the coordination is not working as it should be.
And last follow-up on that, has this incident impacted any of the operations on the ground that you know of so far with humanitarian efforts?
I mean, we continue to do whatever we can wherever we can, but clearly the specific mission these people were on was not able to go through. Maggie.
At the Security Council this morning, the Israeli ambassador, Danny Danon, said that the IDF destroyed a Hezbollah rocket launcher that was about 150 meters from a UNIFIL base. Has the UN expressed any concern to the IDF about them firing so close to UNIFIL bases? Have you done any démarche or anything?
Our colleagues at UNIFIL are in daily, if not more, contact with the Israelis. I'll have to check if a particular message was passed on that front. The incident took place near Wadi Gaza.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, Benno.
I will follow up on Gabriel as well. Do you assess this incident with the UN vehicle in Gaza as intentional or coincidental?
We have no way to assess the mindset of those who are shooting at us. We do know that the movement of this particular convoy was coordinated with the Israeli authorities. Whether the information wasn't passed down, whether it was deliberate, whether there was another reason, those are explanations we would like to get.
Do you think that the portrayal of the United Nations as a helper of terrorists in Gaza is kind of boosting in some way or lowering the threshold for violence against UN members?
It's an interesting question. I think we have seen from many quarters pretty direct rhetoric against the United Nations, against UNRWA, against the Secretary General, frankly. Words have consequences. But again, on this particular incident, I can't judge the mindset of those who shot at the UN vehicle, why they did it. But we've expressed our worry and our concern about the language that has been used to demonize the UN. Deji and then Ibtisam.
A couple of follow-ups also on this incident. First, can you clarify, is this only this one vehicle in that convoy, or there were several vehicles? That's the only one which got shot?
There was only one vehicle that was, I think there were other vehicles in the convoy, but this was the only one that was hit.
So what exactly is the mission there? Do you know?
They were at Wadi Gaza trying to, they were on a humanitarian mission.
We know this is not the first time that the UN vehicles has been shot by Israeli IDF in Gaza, but I think couple of weeks or months ago, when Secretary General was here, he also confirmed like several incidents as well. But is there any investigation? Are there any investigations for the previous cases that IDF shot the bullets
The investigations are in the hands of the Israelis.
But do you have updated information?
As far as I know, we have not gotten any.
It's been quite a long time.
Yeah.
So they didn't give any explanations?
I'm not aware of any answer given. I will double check again with our security colleagues, but I'm not aware of any answer.
Do you expect they will have another explanation for this incident?
You'd have to ask them. Okay. Ibtisam, and then we'll switch topics.
On the same topic, just to clarify, so usually, I mean, your vehicle probably was marked also as a UN.
Yes, clearly. I mean, that logo is probably one of the most recognizable logos in the world. Or anyone associated with UN. See derivations of that logo. Yeah.
And if I understood you right, you are saying that that area is under the Israeli army control, and the car was shot by the Israeli army.
That's the information I've received. Yes.
Okay, and then a follow up on the issue of investigations, and your answer. It is not clear why aren't you actually investigating all these incidents of shooting on UN personnel and killing.
We are looking into it, investigating it on our end, right? But it's not as we are the victims here, right? It's not as if we have access to those who are shooting at us. So we can determine what happened with the information that we have from our own witnesses and looking at the ballistics of a vehicle that was hit. But in terms of pushing for accountability and investigating from the other end, we don't have any leverage on that side.
Quick follow-up. Do you believe that the Security Council should move in a direction or do something in this regard?
Look, the UN operates in these challenging situations, whether it's Gaza, whether it's in Sudan, whether it's in Chad, whether it's anywhere else or in Ukraine, in places they're fighting. They don't operate on the whims of Antonio Guterres. They operate on behalf of the United Nations, on behalf of the member states of this organization. It is incumbent on all member states who are part of this organization to ensure the protection of humanitarian workers who work for them, so to speak.